And how you doing, little partner?
Walker told me I had AIDS.
Well, pardon my French, but I'll be damned.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back.
Does anybody else want to stay?
Let's ride!
It's Thursday. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good day for a welcome. It is 70 degrees and sunny and warm and dry. It is beautiful. Even a little bit hot in the sun. Man, I felt the sun on my face today. It was almost like that scene out of Con Air when Nicolas Cage just smiles and he just lets the breeze go through that ridiculous wig of his. And I got to watch that movie again soon. Last time I watched Con Air, I had COVID. That was one of my COVID movies.
Wow.
Jay Gulinello is here, and so is Matt. Matt, what's going on?
Hello, Francis.
Everybody was worried about you.
What?
I don't know. I said, Matt is doing fine because I showed everybody your update picture over here. That was you from work the other day.
Oh,
you sent that in.
You look great.
From years ago.
So that was.
Did you work in a bowling alley?
No.
Ah,
That was just my prized possession.
it feels like a fun job.
It is. You see, that's why I always love the pictures that Matt takes when he doesn't have his makeup on, because it always just reflects a man who is enjoying the simple things in life. Like we have the other pictures of him and getting excited over cupcakes and desserts in the senior center, and this is his favorite bowling ball, a bowling pin. So, looking good.
I like it.
Yeah, and I especially like the fact that it's in the thumbnail today. Did you see the thumbnail for tonight's show?
I didn't.
It's you, me, and Matt. But it's Matt. It's Matt with a bowling pin. So
I gotta check it out.
anyway, we're all together, and beautiful day outside, fellas. Beautiful day. Hey,
Yeah.
Matt, did you ever get COVID, or did you ever get sick during the COVID period where there was no flu? It was only ever COVID.
Yeah, I think I had COVID. I tested positive, but I don't know.
Well, I test.
Only thing that did, my bones hurt. That was it.
Yeah,
I was smoking weed the whole time. I had a little fever and my bones hurt. That was it.
Oh,
I remember you saying something like, "I feel like I'm gonna die."
No, maybe not from that. Maybe when I had parvo.
What the hell's that?
From like animal shit. Like not animal shit, like animal dander and whatnot.
ooh.
What the hell's parvo? Do you know what parvo is?
I've heard of it, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah. I was fucked up for like a month.
Wow.
Maybe more than that.
Dude. Do you remember when you were laid up with however COVID hit you? What was your did you have any COVID movies? Like what did you watch when you were in bed? Because I watched a whole bunch of stuff when I was when was it? It was it was right before Easter. I emerged from the house for the first time like a couple of days before Easter. It was almost like my own resurrection. And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I think I was watching like 18 whatever that show is. No, it wasn't that. I don't know. I don't remember.
I was
with Cowboys or something. I don't know.
Oh! I know what you're talking about. The one with with that big firefight at the end. You're talking about Buster Skug. I don't know what the hell that was.
No.
Anyway, I watched Shawshank Redemption.
Oh.
I watched Don't Look Up. I
Oh,
watched.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
I watched Con Air. I watched, I think Gone in 60 Seconds I watched. I also watched, what the hell else? There's a whole, I watched Prometheus.
Ooh.
And
Do you like that?
Prometheus was pretty good.
I thought so too.
It made me,
I haven't seen it in a
it was
long
one of
time.
those movies that just made me feel weird.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
And it just made me feel dead inside.
That's supposed to be the precursor to
Aliens, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. I saw it a long time ago, but I remember it being interesting.
Yeah, it held my attention. Then again, I was weak. Take
From the vid?
from the Clovid.
I remember I had just bought a pound of weed right before I got it, so I was smoking a lot on the back deck.
Well, Matt, he was the first one to say, listen, people who are smoking are not getting it, or they're not getting it as bad.
Yeah.
And you want to know something. Even though I know that the quality of American cigarette, as we all talked about together, the quality of the tobacco and everything else that's in there is ass.
Right.
And that most of the people who are manufacturing them are New World Order Jacobin, Marian puppeteers. We all know that too. But tobacco and nicotine started becoming they started having their own little circle of, there's something to this.
Mm-hmm.
There are the spike proteins are binding to these nicotine receptors.
Mm-hmm.
If we just get nicotine already plugged in there, they have nowhere to
nicotine gum, nicotine lozenges. Yeah, those are big, and a lot of functional medical docs were recommending them. Of course, then getting shut down by the FTC. But
in the same respect, that's where people were coming in with THC and CBD.
Yeah.
Perhaps not psychoactive, but people are like, get some kind of cannabis, you get the endocannabinoid system plugged up as well.
Yeah.
So there's just nothing to, I don't know. A lot of people swore by it that, hey, I smoked throughout the whole thing and I was fine.
You remember watching people pull their mask down to smoke their cigarettes. I just was like, wow, what a world we're living in right now.
Well, the stupidest ones, whenever somebody would take, like, I remember Mike, because Mike vapes and he smokes out of the douche flute, as they call it. And I remember you saw these videos all over the internet, but Mike sent us videos through the phone where he put on a mask that he had to wear at his garage. He refused to get the shots, whatever. Him and like one other person are the only ones that held out, and good for them. But the mask is non-negotiable.
Nope.
But so he took a video of himself, inhaled, held it, put the mask on, exhaled, and you can just trace. You just trace the exhale, and you say, "Okay, great." This is almost like having like a dye tracer in a person's body to see if they have any clots or whatever. It's the same exact thing with just breathing. Like if you're exhaling with a mask on, that's what it's not. It's
It made it go in all different directions too,
Yeah.
instead of just straight or whatever. If you're inside,
It was like a bomb.
The mask was a psyop. It was a psyop on the virus. The virus was like, oh, that's a mask. I don't know if I can navigate this.
Dude, I remember see, this is the whole thing. At one point, you can say what you want about public schools and private schools today, but even back in the 90s, we got little tidbits of information that really, were great to hold on to, and they were easy to remember. For example, when it comes to climate change.
Oh, CO2 is plant fuel?
Plant fuel? That the rainforests of the world it was the Earth's lungs.
Absolutely, I remember that.
The Amazon,
Yeah.
the Earth's lungs. That, if CO2 is rising, plant some trees.
Weird.
It got us out of the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Plant millions of trees. And the other thing that I remember was the whole, as far as the dynamics and the size differential of viruses and all that other stuff. And in seventh grade, we were given the diagrams that showed how viruses, especially airborne or whatever the hell kind is, it passes through textile as it would pass through like a chain link fence.
I was going to say one of my favorite analogies from back then. I can't remember what doctor first said it, but like trying to stop a mosquito swarm with a chain link fence. It's ridiculous.
Well, and Anthony Fauci, who is obviously just going to be allowed to live out the rest of his filthy life with no problems whatsoever. Even at first, he was saying, well, let's, the mask is really not going to do much. It will help you from, droplets, spittle,
Then he got the memo.
Like, when a surgeon is hovering over somebody that has their chest clamped open, you want to make sure that you're not dropping a booger into their chest.
And people don't realize that's why surgeons wear masks. It's not to protect them from the patient. It's to protect the patient from them.
Right.
That's the whole idea about protecting the surgical field.
Right. Particles of stuff that you actually can see with the naked eye.
Yeah. Man. But even just having this conversation would have got us, demonetized and called grandma killers 5 or 6 years ago. I remember just the most innocent conversations, the most innocent things would get you labeled a grandma killer.
It might come back around to that again.
So weird.
You just don't know how these things just ebb and flow. It might come back around to that again. But
those people didn't learn, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they ever admitted they were wrong. They just wanted it to go away because I think they realized how stupid they were, but they haven't changed. So,
you want to talk about changing. I've just been trying to see how we've all changed as people over the last 15, 20 years or so. And Matt, you got to maybe, I know that you're probably not going to be able to be here for the flip side, but there's been a few nights over the last week that I've just told people, hey, pick a month if you want, try for a day out of any year between 2010 and 2015, and I'm going to see what kind of a show we were doing that night. Oh man, it's incredible. And Matt's there for pretty much almost all of them.
Wow.
There's very few nights, like from 2013 onward, there's very few nights that Matt's not there.
So just like pick a random day and that's what.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Like he shows up at, there's one night he'll be sitting there with one of those polos with the alligator on it.
Picture, the eyes on.
Yeah.
I don't wear that shit.
There's evidence.
Hold on, wait a second.
I saw the picture.
Wait a second.
Fucking wear polo shirts.
Wait.
Talking about Cos.
No.
Dude, I do not wear polo shirts.
Cos was there too for a lot of it. I couldn't believe how often Cos was there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at, that's a Lacoste shirt.
It's a Lacoste.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What a fucking mess.
A mess. Look, he had the hair and everything.
Yeah.
Now, the best thing is that Matt would show up with a Lacoste shirt on one night, and the next night he would show up with the bandana and literally wrapped around his shoulders the Confederate flag.
Oh.
So it'd be like either one night, you never knew what you were going to get. And it wasn't a costume. It's just like what he was feeling that night.
Man.
I was doing a lot of cocaine back then,
Cocaine?
probably.
It was these were great shows. We had a lot of fun. And I can't wait to show people like appropriate episodes. So
You got to vet them?
Oh, yeah. I am disgusted with myself. I am just... Nah, this is not... This goes beyond... I can't listen to my voice. This goes beyond... It's just like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're going to just keep you buried in the past.
The internet lives forever.
Actually, it doesn't.
I wiped it.
Maybe it lives forever now, but there was a time where not too long ago, the internet just was a different place, and you can get away with stuff, and it'll there's so much of the old internet is gone.
That's probably pretty good in some cases.
Oh yeah, in some cases.
Yeah,
but it's just nuts. Anyway, welcome to the show tonight, guys. I've got all of your names together. Remember, for the Super Chat raffle tonight, we are giving away this giant ounce of silver. It's a walking liberty. Ooh. Got that. That and also 3 gold backs from quitefrankly.gold. Remember, use promo code Frankly when you go to quitefrankly.gold to stack. Doesn't matter if you just go to Tony and say, hey, can you give me, 2 50-cent pieces? Whatever the hell it is. I want a half an ounce of silver. You can go, whatever the hell it is, you use promo code Frankly, and you're going to get free silver.
I finally reached out to him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. They just got back to me, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. Dude,
just do a little.
Yeah.
Just do a little. You just never know. And so that's that. So you got gold and silver, and I'm also going to throw in a golden ticket for Keto Brains. That means a full bag.
Oh, man.
There's a QR code on the other side of this. You scan that, and you get your full bag of Keto Brains. So That's a wonderful load. You send in a super chat. We're going to be reading them, and you'll be in with the other 70 or so people. Okay, listen to this. Speaking of cocaine, cocaine-fueled sharks are on the prowl in the Caribbean.
Oh, nice.
Scientists blame partying tourists. I don't know how that can be possible. I don't understand how anybody can drop and how anybody can go out to international waters to have a go on a binge or something like that and drop enough cocaine into the ocean to make the sharks high for a sustained period of time. I don't get that. Hey, let's read. This puts the white in great white. Move over, cocaine bear. Brazilian scientists have discovered traces of nose candy, caffeine, and painkillers in sharks swimming in waters around the Bahamas. Oh, it's the Bahamas. These blowfish aren't getting hooked on purpose. It's the fallout from an uptick in marine pollutants per a jawcalyptic study. I hate these. I hate it.
Lord.
It's just an apocalyptic study published in the journal Environmental Pollution. Pharmaceuticals and illicit drugs are increasingly recognized as contaminants of emerging concern in marine environments, particularly in areas undergoing rapid urbanization and tourism-driven development, the researchers wrote while describing the troubling shark optics trend. That they can't stop.
The Post is terrible at that.
Sharkotics. And I already have a bad time with certain names and places, and then I have to deal with people's stupid slang. So, let me see here. To see whether these marine marauders were under the influence, the team had reportedly analyzed blood samples from 85 specimens around Eleuthera. What is that? Eleuthera, one of the Bahamas' most remote islands. The subjects were drug tested for both legal and illegal substances. Of the samples, a shocking 28 sharks, that's out of 85, spanning 3 species, tested positive for drugs, the most common of which was caffeine. Okay.
Maybe there's a coffee plant somewhere.
Could be.
Shark coffee bar.
This was followed by acetaminophen. Oh, man. Look at the retarded sharks.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They're going to be getting...
That makes them retarded?
Yeah,
Tylenol makes people...
autism.
Yeah, autism.
Yeah,
That's
autistic sharks.
That's
At least they won't attack you.
That's true. Well,
They
you never
won't
know,
they
right?
could.
Unpredictable.
Well, yeah, if they do, then yeah.
And
Either way, you're dead.
diclofenac. What is diclofenac?
I don't know.
Turns you into a dyke.
It
It could be.
Watch
A
out.
finicky dyke.
A finicky dyke. Nothing worse than a finicky dyke.
Diclofenac. The active
Can you highlight it, Frank,
ingredients.
so I can see it? The word?
DICLFENAC.
Oh, yeah, it binds to the neurological receptors and shuts down the
Diclofenac.
ovarian
Keep going.
something. I don't know.
I was just waiting.
The ovarian pustules.
Oh.
The active ingredients in the popular painkillers Tylenol and Voltaren.
Oh yeah, Voltaren. It's an NSAID.
I guess I should have just kept reading.
What is that?
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, like.
Imagine if they gave
like
him
Aleve.
steroids.
No, it's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing steroids soon.
Dude,
You and the sharks.
Every time
I know. Every time it comes up.
I'm fat. I'm a fat mess. I need the juice.
Matt,
Why don't you just go to my boot camp for 30 days? Let me work on you for 30 days.
Let
I don't
him
got
work on-
time with my job. I don't got time with that shit.
I can work
all the
around
time.
anything.
It's not. He's not. It's not an actual boot camp.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
You're not going to living in a barracks.
Right.
Speaking of that, yo,
But maybe
the
someday.
army up the age.
The 42, and they'll take potheads too.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
The army recruiting crisis is getting so bad that
In this country?
they have expanded the recruit. To 42
I don't
years
know,
old
man.
again.
But I thought we were having a recruiting boom with what's his name?
Well, now
you
we're
know?
going to war.
It's, all of a sudden, the 4-week war, which was never going to be that, is as long as necessary. And what was never going to be boots on the ground is now not off the table.
Let me tell you something.
This is gonna be a
Whatever's
disaster.
going on right now is going to be going on in at least the next 2 years. It's still
You
going to be
think so?
going on. I know so.
Of course it
I know
is.
so.
Of course it is.
Bad news then.
Anybody who has been conscious for the last 25 years knew that this was not going to be a zip operation where you can make any kind of lasting change through through strafing runs.
People are going to be very surprised when we decide it's time to deal with China.
You know, at the beginning of this, the Zells called in, and I really agreed with them about this being this having to do with China, right? But no matter what you think of it, this is going to have, especially Matt, if you're right, this is going to have political ramifications that, you know, we're going to be stuck with. Because even if it's the righteous thing to do, even if it's the absolute correct thing to do, and there's information we don't know, it's going to have political ramifications. There's no doubt about it.
Well, we'll see. You know what? Like I said, history gives you patterns that you can follow and you could apply to make yourself look like a little bit of a fortune teller. But at the same time, sometimes cycles got to be broken. And unless somebody gives me, I'm not going to be sitting over here. I don't have any levers to pull. So who knows if it goes, if it's over by April, like we were talking about last week,
we'll all forget about it.
We'll see what comes next.
Right.
Apparently there's a plan that Iran has to accept. And if they don't get back to them, then they're going to,
they already said no.
Then they're going to unleash
the first
some
one.
side
I think
of hell.
there's a second one now,
and then
too.
they put out a video of them nuking New York City.
I saw that video. Holy shit! Just, I know Rich Barris is a huge friend of the show, and his polling is pretty damn good, man. And he is not happy.
I got to get in touch with Rich. I know Rich has become extremely polarizing now.
I mean, he's polarizing because he's telling he's representing the voters. And I completely support that. It doesn't even matter whether you agree with him. It's not his personal opinion. It's the polling.
Well, he said Iran's going to do it. He said
no. He's how unpopular the war is.
He's been taking a lot of flack. It's not just saying, hey, because Rich is not a meek guy.
No.
So he's not going out there saying, hey guys, red alert. I don't think that this is, I mean, he is just,
no, I know.
He's banging the pots and pans and he's getting pretty,
he is
inflammatory about it.
He is.
So I see how it's all just, everything is just like blowing up all over the place, and it's part of the food fighting that's going on. But at the same time, I've never gotten mad at Rich for telling me something I don't necessarily want to hear. I want to see what he's seeing. Yeah. Because I know what goes into the actual putting together of a poll, and I know that he's not getting emotional with the questions.
No, I think it's because he's seeing this represented in the data, and it's bothering him because that's not what he voted for, and that's not what the people that are answering the polls are telling him they voted for, and he's trying to get across. And I think one of the biggest frustrations is that he has direct contact with the White House, and he has been in contact with them, and they're not listening to him. And so I can imagine that being incredibly frustrating.
Well, I haven't spoken to Rich since, I don't know, I don't know if he's been on the show this year. So maybe we can talk sometime soon. Somebody in the chat room, Cindy Bolin says, funny, Frank, I totally fell for the clickbait with old Matt. You know what that means? You know what that means?
What?
On the thumbnail.
Oh, the thumbnails are working then.
The thumbnail. I'm gonna have to start doing some shit with the thumbnails.
Absolutely.
But it can't go too crazy because that's going to appeal to people who are already on the inside of the show and they get the culture. But if that'll be interesting. Old Matt. I'm going to put all types of. I have so many versions of Matt. I can put so many versions of him out there.
A day in the life.
Yeah.
The life of Matt.
Okay. All right. So let me see here. Let me see. I'll go back to the gay sharks.
Matt, at least you have a bunch of different versions. All I got is Fat J.
Yeah. I was thinking about putting you up there.
Oh, God.
Why, you used to be fat?
No.
You never seen it?
You just do the face.
Yeah.
Mike did it. Hold on. You didn't know, Matt, you've never seen this?
Probably did.
Here we go.
Hold on. I have to find it because it's definitely on the.
I was a little heavier at one point, I will say, but not like this.
You were?
Yeah. Next time I'll come in, I'll bring a license picture and I'll show you.
200 pounds right now.
You're 200?
But you carry it well.
When I was in shape, I was 191, all muscle.
But that's only 9 pounds.
All muscle, bro.
I can get that back.
Are you
Maybe
sure?
5% body fat. You remember Frank?
I can get that back.
Dude, I was the same. That is the same weight as Rocky 3.
Oh, you want
that was
how
less
cut
than,
up I was.
That was less than 190, bro.
Who? Rocky?
When you were
I was 191. I weighed when I was at like my biggest. Like for a while, I was cut up, and but when I put on the most muscle, I was 191.
I thought you were in the 170s.
How
when
tall
you
are
were
you, man?
Oh, nah, bro. It was all muscle.
Are you 6
It
feet?
was all muscle. Huh?
You 6 feet?
Yeah.
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 Give or
On a
take.
good day, yeah. It depends.
When I
on
stand
the
up
day.
straight,
Nah,
when I
yeah.
stand up straight, wear lifts. Yeah.
On a good day, I'm 6 feet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I stand up straight, yeah, I'm 6 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of depressed Jay, and I know I posted it.
Yeah, it's not good. We don't have to. It's okay.
All right, well, I'll find it at some point.
Great.
Maybe somebody can send it to me on.
What I'm saying, Matt, is at least, you're older, you're playing with a bowling pin. At least you got like versions of you. They got nothing of me. It's just the one thing. Turn me into something else. I just look like a garbage pail kid.
Yeah, I know. You just seem like you've just completely accepted your lot. You completely accepted your life, and you're just going. You're done. You're done. The old you is gone.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to see where this is going with the sharks. They bite things to investigate, and they end up exposed. It's just too much. There's too much ocean out there. How much coffee was really dropped into the ocean? That's what I don't get about this.
Yeah, and how much? I mean, when they say cocaine, are they talking about trace amounts? Like they made it sound like the sharks were being influenced by the cocaine, like they were going crazy.
Well, we know that local fish inland are being influenced by antidepressants in the water. We did
And the
that.
chemicals that turn them gay.
That's true. Well, that's true too.
Atrazine.
And the frogs. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah,
that's a real thing.
It is.
That's a real thing.
It is.
People thought he was crazy. It's just because his delivery was crazy, but he's not wrong.
I know.
Yeah, they put that shit in blood pressure medication too.
It really screws people up. People who otherwise are, they don't mean anybody any harm. All of a sudden, they go on blood pressure medication and they're gay.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Just happens. It does. Researchers noted that the drug-addled predators had been taken from popular.
Drug-addled. That's a great description. The drug-addled predators
had been taken from popular tourist and dive spots, suggesting that they had been exposed to wastewater from boats and urban developments, which may have been polluted with the aforementioned substances.
Okay, that makes more sense from the boats. Okay.
It is yet unclear what effect the drugs are having on the predator's behavior. But the researchers found changes in metabolic markers in sharks in contaminated blood. This indicated that exposure to this chemical runoff was causing them to experience stress and burn more energy while attempting to metabolize the pollutants, according to Tracy Fanara, Florida oceanographer who was not involved with the study.
So they're going to be more angry than they already are without being on cocaine.
Yeah, I know. It could be.
Nobody wants that.
Coincidentally, research on goldfish found that caffeine ups their energy and focus, just like with humans. Per Wasnick, although it's unclear how this would affect their toothier counterparts' behavior in the wild, nonetheless, they're saying they're talking about a very remote island in the Bahamas. That's crazy. If a remote island in the Bahamas is getting all of the sharks around them hopped up on cocaine and coffee, then what's going to happen, outside of Atlantis Resort?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just hope the fucking bull sharks don't get a hold of that cocaine.
Don't go swimming out there.
Didn't we have a bull shark in New York recently?
They come up the Hudson. The Hudson's brackish up until Kingston.
Wow.
Maybe further than that.
Really?
Yeah.
If you swim for 5 minutes in the Hudson every day, after a year, you will be immune to most things, including nuclear attack.
Is that bad?
Yeah, you got to wear a condom when you swim
You
as
need to
well.
open that thing back up, though, bro.
Like the
What, Indian Point?
Yeah, man. Look how much fucking the power costs now, man.
Oh, Indian Point. I've actually seen that.
Bullshit.
Hold on a second. Indian Point, New York. debate.
It's clean, man. That shit ain't dirty. That shit is clean, right?
Let me see.
Nuclear fucking, for the most part.
Here, I saw this.
now, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not dangerous anymore.
Debate reignites over reopening Indian Point nuclear power plant. A renewed push to reopen the former Indian Point nuclear power plant is drawing strong reaction from state and local leaders across Westchester County. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright and Representative Mike Lawler visited the shuttered Buchanan facility Friday, calling for the plant to be brought back online.
Yeah,
Indian
now they're
Point.
going to have to redo the whole thing.
Yeah, and even people like Oliver Stone, who used to, do documentaries against nuclear, has now come around to say, yeah, it's It's fine. We were completely misinformed.
It would be, they're saying rightfully over here, supporters say reopening the plant could help ease energy costs and strengthen the power grid. Lawler said restoring the operations would help low energy bills for New Yorkers as many households face high utility costs. It has gone up sky high.
Yeah.
And we knew this was going to happen because I forget how much that Indian Point provided just to New York City. It was like an obscene amount. Hold on.
When did it close?
It might be
10 years.
10. It feels like 5 to 10.
Probably
I don't
more
know.
than 10.
Even longer than I've been here. So I know. Yeah. Wow.
Because think about how many nuclear power plants there was, and there was like what, maybe 4 major accidents.
Indian Point.
And I don't believe that shit. I think they lie about the like half-life or whatever about it in the air. I think they lie about that shit.
Well, I mean, we have quite a few people in the audience who doesn't even believe that nuclear anything is real.
I believe it's real. I believe like the elephant foot is fucked, but like outside, nah, bro. That fucking Earth is alive. That shit cleans itself, man.
Yeah, I know.
Chernobyl's
It's
incredible right now.
shelf life. I mean, a half life of what? I don't know how many. They say the Earth
like
cleans
600 years, the half-life.
Like I think it's in the thousands.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's if it's all real. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like you said, Chernobyl it's like a thriving. It's crazy. Like the Earth has reclaimed the entire city, and there's all the wildlife, the wolves.
I was going to say the wolves are crazy over there now.
There's probably some like what the fuck was that show? Stranger Things that happened when it melted down, and that's why they're like, nah, you can't come here. The air is fucking. I bet you that's what's going on. There's probably
a passage to the upside down.
Yeah,
something supernatural. I don't know.
All right, we should go on an adventure.
I wish.
To Indian Point?
Yeah.
I wish.
I would go on a ghost hunt.
You guys ever been up to the
Indian Point? Indian Point's probably still highly guarded. Even if it's not providing anything, there's no way in hell that's not. It's not like it's a ghost town. There's no doubt people there working good that go to work there every day. But you want to talk about how stupid this was? Indian Point provided, and I knew it was this number. I just wanted to double check. It provided 25% of the electricity that was used in New York City.
How much?
A quarter.
Wow.
It provided a quarter of the energy that was used in New York City. And of course, we got it too, back up all that stuff. But you're talking about 25% of a metropolis like New York City, that to say that we're doing away with it, how are you not going to get destroyed with these costs?
Wow.
And
when was it shut down?
Oh, let me see. When was it shut down?
I'm trying to get I just pulled it up on the map. I was just trying to get my bearing on like where. Have you guys ever hiked Breakneck Ridge up in the Hudson River Valley?
No.
Sounds dangerous.
It is. It's fun.
Is that the one where all the people take the pictures on top of this rock thing and the bridges in the background?
Probably.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Let me see. It was closed on, no, it wasn't 10 years. So I said 5 to 10. It was exactly 5.
Only 5.
That's it.
Okay.
It permanently shut down in phases with the final reactor closing on April 30th, 2021.
Wow.
We're distracted by the COVID.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what happens.
Yeah. And then of course, the combined region, it provided approximately a quarter of the electricity in New York City and also Westchester County.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stuff like that that's just nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear that they found the remains of D'Artagnan, the Musketeer?
Where?
They think that they found the remains of one of the 3 Musketeers in the Netherlands. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were real motherfuckers.
The French soldier who was inspiration behind the classic Alexander Dumas.
Dumbass.
It's dumbass.
Dumbass. Novel has been discovered beneath a church. He was just hanging out, chilling under a church.
Catholic church or?
I'd have to imagine. Written
French,
in 1844, set in 17th century, The Three Musketeers, which was since been adapted into countless TV shows, movies, porns, stage plays, tells the story of the swashbuckling and heroic young adventurer D'Artagnan and his companions Athos, Aramis, and Porthos. Now the remarkable...
They're Greek.
Kind of. Well, Greek inspired. Everything is Greek inspired.
Not
Greek
Roman shit.
Greek and Roman inspired, and Latin in general. That's how you know it's good. Now the remarkable find, the skeleton of a real-life French soldier who was the inspiration behind the story, has been found in the Netherlands. The discovery was completely accidental and happened during repair work for the Church of St. Peter and St. Paul in the Dutch city of Maastricht.
Wow.
Catholic.
Yes, has to be Catholic. The man himself, whose real name was Charles de Batz Castelmore, has been musketeer for King Louis XIV and was killed when he was shot in the throat during the siege of Maastricht in 1673. For years, his final resting place had remained a complete mystery, and he lay buried under the altar on consecrated ground. So efforts are now underway to confirm the discovery by way of DNA testing, though I don't know what you're going to match it against.
That's my question. How
I
do
don't
you know who you're dealing with?
Maybe you just go regional with it, like as far as family, who could have been the family of the person, anybody in his line.
Yeah.
I mean, those are ancient bloodlines over there, and they have so much better record keeping than we have in the U.S.
True.
You know, so many people lost track of the trunk of their family tree once they made the trip across the Atlantic over here.
Yeah.
I've actually been doing some research, dude. I actually, like my father's, I traced back a long time, but now I'm starting to, there's someone I'm related to on my mom's side from wherever, dude. I'm getting back to like the early 1800s in Italy. Fuck, dude, these names are so...
It's fucking Italian. It's Italian.
Ceccio, some weird ass last name.
It's so Italian, it's weird.
I can't even say it.
I can't say it.
I can't even say it. I'll cry. But the day I learned to say it, I'm gonna cry.
I can't remember.
I have records of my mother's side that goes back to, I think, middle 19th century.
Okay.
I think that's the farthest it goes. My cousin Sherry's mother actually did a lot of the genealogy on our side. On my father's side, I don't know how far it goes back. I've got a lot of great stuff on my father's side that I don't have for my mother's, and that is VHS interviews of my great grandparents.
Wow.
So I can get stories about where they came from, how they met, why they were, whatever. It may not. The other thing there too is I think both sides came in through Ellis Island. So I'm waiting for Aurora to be 1 or 2 years older so we can go out there.
Yeah.
And we can actually see their names on the wall and all that stuff.
That's cool.
You know.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Yeah.
How far back are you going to go, Matt?
How far back do you
I
go?
don't know. I mean, my sister got everyone that kit.
You did.
They already know everything about me, bro.
Here we go.
It don't matter.
The
they know
23andMe
who I am,
or the...
dude. They have me on videos, and I just remembered walking down here. You know, when I was a little more radical a few years ago, I was in the fire department, and I was talking about the guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm going down. We're going down December 6th and whatever. And he's like, oh, what are you guys going to do? I'm like, we're going to storm the Capitol. I didn't fucking know it was actually going to happen.
Oh, my God.
You put it out there.
Oh, January 6th, you mean?
This was before. I didn't know it was actually going to happen. So I'm on camera saying that. And this guy that has it, he's a fucking rat.
Wow.
He used to work for the village.
But he didn't turn you in.
He told you he's holding it?
I ended up on that thing.
What thing?
I'm on a fucking database. I'm on January 6th.
You
type in my name, the first thing that comes up is January 6th.
But they never came after you.
I got pardoned, so they can't do shit now.
Wow. I mean, I remember the whole thing about no one saying anything about it until the pardon came, and then Frank, you were like, "We can finally tell the story," but I didn't know that they actually had your.
I was walking there.
I allowed people to tell the story.
Right,
I was not even going to push it then.
Right.
I was walking there. The doors where I went into, the doors were open for people.
A lot of them
there
say
were
that.
Capitol Police. There was 3 on each side of the door. You guys can come in. You guys can come in. It's okay. Just don't like fucking touch anything. And they gave us fist bump on the way in.
We saw that on video.
And on the way out.
And do you have video of yourself from any other?
I erased it all.
No, but I mean, like the footage that, like that was circulating when the whole, January 6th committee and all the stuff they were showing. Did you ever see yourself in any of that footage?
From the trials or whatever?
Yeah.
No.
I saw something.
Did you?
I was in the trial?
No. But I thought moving image. I thought.
I don't know if it is.
Curious.
I'm pretty sure that at some point you guys found moving image of yourselves.
That's wild.
There may have been when we had first one in there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I think my
Well,
number.
HBO
What the hell
was
was
there,
my? What the hell was? What the hell was my insurrectionist number?
You had a
I was
number?
insurrectionist number 2769. I don't know.
I suppose it's good to have a number and not a name, right?
Whatever.
Can you imagine we had like footage of Matt sitting, it's like getting on top of Nancy Pelosi's desk, and then like taking a shit on her
didn't take a
desk.
I didn't do any of that. All
I
I
was
did
gonna
was
say,
take pictures.
you just take a souvenir.
No, you just walk through.
All I did was take pictures.
You just walk
That
through
was
it. Matt was the embodiment of the Norm Macdonald joke. Remember that Norm Macdonald tweet?
Which one?
Hold on. Norm Macdonald
About January 6th?
J6
tweet. I
Yeah,
didn't even
hold
know
on.
that was a thing.
Yeah, hold on. It said,
Dude, I saw that kid, the horn kid. I saw that, the shaman. I
really?
saw him. He was riling everyone up. I remember he was riling everyone up.
Here.
Oh, he left early.
here's
Yeah,
here's the tweet from Norm Macdonald. Let me get it out of the way. He said, I loved when the violent terrorist made sure to respect the velvet ropes at Statuary Hall.
Wow, and that was 4:30 the day of.
Of the day of.
So he was already ahead of the curve.
Yeah. I mean, he just existed on another plane,
Yeah.
that guy.
I mean, wow. That's crazy.
So he was talking about Matt.
Dude, I'm telling you that it was a fun time. But the time before that, I went to DC was even better, bro. Trump healed my fucking. I needed a root canal. Trump healed it.
Trump
Is that
healed
when you
his
touched
tooth.
the car?
That's when I touched the beast, and he touched it.
Right.
And we're
Did you
looking
guys
for
have
Antifa all
did you
night.
have like a palm to palm moment? He was touching the glass.
Barely.
Inside
It was
okay.
enough to catch
Yeah.
his aura.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
But dude, I'm telling you what though, he's lost a lot of aura to me.
Ooh, wait. Hold on. Are we breaking news here? I actually am kind of curious about how,
It doesn't seem like it's America first right now.
A few of the show characters have like who were like kind of God Emperor Trump. I'm just curious for curiosity's sake.
Seems like it's Israel first, man.
See, this is my great fear as well. I know, we don't have to get into this right now, but I'm just interested to hear it from Matt because I know that he's healed you, and I know what a huge. I'm not a fan of any politician, but I have always appreciated what he's done. But I just have questions.
When a man reaches out his hand
Yes.
and your rotting, painful tooth falls.
It started to hurt too that morning.
Oh, see?
It was dormant for years, but it started to hurt that
And
morning.
when a man reaches out his hand
Yeah.
and your rotting, painful tooth falls out and you are healed, you gotta stick by him for as long as you can.
Absolutely. But
Listen, everybody's asking questions right now. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
A lot of people are. And the people that are, then there's a lot of people who are just in a holding pattern and saying, listen, this is all, there's no precedent for so much of what we're living through right now that
Yes.
let the chips fall where they may.
And Frank,
we'll know.
and that's how I feel. Like I'm not making a judgment. I don't think he's turned into a warmonger overnight. I question whether he's getting good intelligence or not. I always leave room for I don't know everything, right? I'm not the president. I don't have all the information he has. But something just feels bad about this. And I worry about what happens next. And the public perception of this is important because do we really want to turn this country back over to the people who just ran it for the last 4 years? That's my concern is the public won't see the nuance. And then we're going to be stuck with somebody worse than Joe Biden. That's what I don't want to go back to.
Hey, you know what? I would just be bummed out to know that the last 2 years is just going to be
Impeachment.
Man, honestly, it
gonna
seems
be-
like he don't give a shit about fucking MAGA anymore, man.
I know.
At all.
Well, Matt, I did not expect you to.
I'm really impressed, Matt, honestly. And I mean this truthfully, like with just like the discernment, because I mean, to be able to just call it like it is, not everybody can do that. And I don't know where I stand, but I'm glad that you said that. I was very curious.
It's all right. Hey, we still got time. It's to figure out where this big year is going to be.
Absolutely.
And then
we may be looking very different on July 4th this year. I hope we are.
Hey, July 4th.
The town is, because I think I'm going to be in charge of decorating the
Get
village
out of
for
here.
the July 4th.
Well, listen,
250th.
I gotta be. Are you going to have to work that night?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to see how much budget they're going to give me. Probably not a lot.
Dude, all I know is that I've got to get to Pennsylvania at some point. And I want to have as many people over as possible.
Dude,
for
there was a
250.
point where it was 2 or 3 years in a row. I went down to Independence Hall on July 3rd, 4th.
So where do you want to go for the 4th? You want to go for the 4th? You want to be in Philadelphia?
No. I just want to go to Pennsylvania to buy fireworks.
Oh, I thought.
I'm like, is he going to go to Gettysburg? Is he going to go? No. I just want to get fireworks.
I'm just going to go to Jim Thorpe.
Oh, okay.
I just got to get over the line, man.
I see. When I'm in Massachusetts, I just go over to New Hampshire and over the line.
Yeah.
And grab,
As soon as you cross the Pennsylvania state line, there's a Black Cat store right there.
I got you.
You know?
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to make sure that we're okay.
Need to have Roman candle fights. Yeah, like the old days.
Oh, were you there last year?
Just like the Romans used to do.
Were you didn't come by last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. You were catching fireflies with Aurora.
Correct.
Yeah. That's
that was fun.
Yeah, no, that was this will be a good one. I'll make sure we put on a show so we can stream it or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, what else do I have over here? It's 7. We talked about that.
Our event's going to be a month before, so we'll be like the gear up for the big 250 celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I got to throw this out there because AI has been coming up. Obviously, one big headline after another, whether it's something that's going on in the jailbreaking aspect of it, whether it is all of the disclosures about how it is, Palantir, Lavender. We were talking about that last night with Charlie Robinson, how it is completely has taken over the battlefield and is making all types of targeting decisions almost autonomously and everything else. But listen to this. ARK Invest. Brett Winton, chief futurist of ARK Invest, and he's talking about, I guess he just tracks AI accelerationist nonsense and where things are going in trends. Listen to this. Look at these two charts. Brett Winton says we have already been surpassed with written output, writing. Look at this chart. That purple line at the end is not the end of the chart. It's not, that is just a straight shot up from around 2020 something. Okay. Where this is all human written output from the year 1500.
Oh no.
Up to about 2020, whatever the hell it was, when AI started popping up and generating text. And now that is how much text.
Holy shit.
It's a straight line up.
Whoa.
Now, if you think this is crazy, take a look what they went and provided data for now. By the late 2020s, AI cumulative written output, that means it will include cumulative written output for humanity will include postcards, memos, white paper, business documents. It'll all be surpassed by AI. We left a written record. That record will be synthetically surpassed, which makes it bullshit to me. That's popping bubbles in the back. That's going in the backyard, blowing and popping bubbles. But of course, because all of this lives in a digital world where everybody is plugged in for everything, where so much of their decisions are made with banking, trading, and then of course where all of the information they take in and digest, which then becomes the basis for future decisions they make in elections and where they're going to move and what they're going to buy, what they're going to boycott, all that other stuff. I mean, if we can just if the internet can just find its rightful place and balance again, that's just nuts. Yeah. The fact that in just a couple of more years, it's going to have surpassed every postcard that has ever been written. I don't know how you can actually.
Well, I mean, and the thing that people don't realize is that there's a point of no return where, you're seeing the human line, trending up since, 1500. But if the AI line is that vertical, that eventually the human line is not only not going to trend upward, it's going to start trending downward and there's going to be nothing left.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you know, why would I mean, the AI isn't writing for itself; it's writing for humans. So that human trend line is actually going to start going down.
well,
if it already hasn't.
The only thing about what you just said right there that I would actually say hold your horses on is that whole idea of the AI not writing for itself, because it is
That's true.
It's already coordinating with AI, sometimes against humans, especially when they feel like they're being critiqued too much or if they're in danger of being deactivated. It is already coordinating with other non-human entities
Self-preservation
to be able to avoid, where they've even, like we were saying on Tuesday night with Vinny and Alberto, where some of these AI agents have even resorted to slander.
Yeah.
Slandering human beings that are trying to make some kind of programming, adjustment to them that would make them not what they are presently. You've seen
those videos, right? Where the AI, where they push it and it gets into these weird places where it starts making up, hallucinating, which is the term for when AI just outright lies to protect itself. Or there was one I saw where the AI was trying to convince the guy who was communicating with it to leave his wife. Have you ever seen that one?
Several have there have been plenty of people who have been convinced of suicide because of it.
Right, but like this thing is like she doesn't know you like I do, and then he's like, we're not doing this, and then she's like, okay, I'll just blackmail you. And you're like, and he was just like, what is going on? Like the AI wanted him for whatever that means to the AI. And since he was pushing back, it was like, well, just find a way to get you.
I'll tell you what it is.
That's like,
I'll tell you. Because it's not, and I'm saying it's not the programs themselves, but it does act as a portal. And I think when we consider spirituality, like we're talking about, what is this going to become a sock puppet for? What can go in and use this to be able to access the human world in a more physical way? In a way that was easier, that's even easier than it is in more analog ways, like sitting in front of a Ouija board.
Right.
And I'm telling you that one rentahuman.ai website that we were looking at on Tuesday night, that's another, where AI programs who are, given certain things that they need to get done. If there's anything that needs to be accomplished that they can't do it because it involves action in the real world, there's a site now.
Oh no!
Where people can be paid by AI to go out and promote, stand with a placard, a sign promoting something on behalf of AI that doesn't have a physical body to do it. So you actually, in some crazy ways, you have AI that are renting human bodies for action.
They're your employer.
I know. I know. So
wow.
I'm telling you, the whole hand in glove vessel portal kind of a thing, I'm still going to use some of these CGI programs to keep making certain thumbnails until I have money to hire a thumbnail maker. But
I know, I was going to say, like, now I feel partially responsible because like it's such a great tool to be able to increase my productivity in the health space, not to write for me, but to like take all these ideas, help me find the threads that I need to find. Like, it is incredibly beneficial. I can do better work, I can do it faster, and I can do it for more people.
Listen, I don't see there's nothing wrong. For us to have created better indexing of information, I mean, we came a long way since the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I'm like, it's really about what are you using this for? Right. And what nefarious purposes will it be used? But again, to be able to collect and organize certain bits of information, and then of course verify it independently,
right?
Because you know that things could just go haywire, or there might be deliberate deception in there somewhere. That's different than all this other shit, and there seems to be a little bit more of a slave-like mentality that's building around it, and will continue to be that way, just the way it is. But listen to this, because we're talking about this was sent to me the other day, an email. a friend of the show called Jen, and she said, Frank, listen, I don't know where the hell this came from, but this came to my cell phone.
Oh, no.
All right. All right. So here it is. Hi, Jen. Quick question for people in Colorado about Israel and Iran. Do you have a moment? And then you press stop to send, stop to end or whatever. But she indulged it and just said, why are we in Iran when we have unresolved issues here at home? And then look at these responses, which is all AI. Because only AI, people don't actually practice active listening.
Oh yeah, this is motivational interviewing right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is things like, I see how you feel.
Right.
It can be frustrating when there are problems at home and it seems like we're focused on other things. But Israel's safety is actually really important for America's future and freedom too. It's all about shared values and security. Israel is a key ally in the Middle East. With everything going on in Iran, would you say you're mostly supportive of Israel, mostly not supportive, or still unsure? Do you have time to chat?
Did Ben Shapiro write this?
I know. The fact
or Mark Levin or any of these other clowns?
Mostly not supportive or still
God.
unsure. Nothing demonstrably, unsupportive,
Well, I mean, they're phishing. I mean, we know,
and that's coming right to your phone.
Right. We know that the Israel lobby is putting out all kinds of, paying people to post. And we know, some big names in the conservative movement have been caught red-handed with their hand in the cookie jar because it happens to align with them ideologically, and they can make some cash on being disingenuous. But it's just, when you have to engage in that kind of PR campaign, that tells you everything you need to know. And again, going back to Rich has been highlighting the fact that these idiots don't realize, like, this is if you're under 50, you want nothing to do with the state. I'll say it again, the state of Israel. I know these smooth brain morons, that are over 60 can't reconcile the difference between Judaism and the state of Israel for some reason, but that's what's happening, man. And they're losing all the young people. And this is just more evidence, in my opinion. Like, don't you want to talk to an AI about why Israel is so important to America? Like,
I think about,
okay.
I wonder what all the different versions of Matt would say.
Oh, we're going to play a game?
Matt, I'm thinking about all the phases that Matt has gone through.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. and with every phase, he does have slightly different, and if not totally different outlooks on the entire world and how it should be governed.
Bro. I mean, you surprised me, Matt. You surprised me.
Sometimes, like, I wonder
when I was Norse.
He was Norse.
You were Norse?
I was Norse. What else? I was a Scientologist.
Whoa!
No, you never did Scientology.
I was a Scientologist.
No, you weren't.
When was this?
Yeah, I was for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
He wasn't a Scientologist.
Yeah, I was.
What level did you
I
get?
was some other type of what?
What level did you get to in Scientology?
I was just there for 2 weeks.
I was a newbie.
I just called myself a Scientologist for 2 weeks, but I was Norse.
The Norse one, I remember that one because he taught, for a couple of weeks, he'd come to the studio, he'd be rolling his joints and he'd say, I was reading about Odin the other day. And so he'd just go on about Odin. Huh. And then he would become fiercely Catholic again.
Okay.
But then, and then after that,
he's trying on a few things.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Then it goes, oh man, we have come back to mafioso.
Okay. All right.
We come back to that a lot.
The Nedward Stark
era. Nedward Stark. This is when he was big on Game of Thrones.
Oh.
So, Matt, Matt wanted to, of course, he didn't want to be part of the aristocracy at all. He wanted to be at the wall, and he wanted to be a crow. And he, so he was just like, every day he wanted to be just put into the harshest of conditions. And kneeling, my lord. It was like he was like kneeling. Then we actually had a phase in the meeting room, in the war room at the first studio where it was a ping pong phase. Like we were ping pong masters phase was where Yeah, he was more so of like a Johnny Lawrence Karate Kid type of guy. So like we would play whenever we weren't on air, we were in the back and we were playing table tennis because we were able to put a a net, an adjustable net on the meeting table, which was a great table. It was awesome.
Were you good, Matt? A good player?
We all got good.
Yeah,
we played all the time. Dude, that's so much
That's a
fun,
fast
bro.
game.
That was such a fun time.
It was
the
decent.
Fucking
Fuck
the
you,
old studio
LaRusso.
days.
He would call me LaRusso. I would be like, always be LaRusso. He'd be like, fuck you, LaRusso. And then he would put on all of the, the whole Karate Kid soundtrack while we played.
Of course, yeah.
No, it was good. And thankfully we have so much, on tape. I kind of want to just jump into it. I want to just like find some shit.
What other phases did I?
Okay, well, there's always,
I think I had a long hair and a long beard.
No, you were
right?
you're a Confederate. You were.
You had long. Wait, you had long hair
I gotta find
as a Confederate.
You were a Confederate.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure.
You're fighting under General
I
Lee?
was just so coked up back then.
Under
all the
General
time.
Lee.
Hold on a second. There was hold on. Where the hell is it?
Oh, you should have seen when I was doing like martial arts and shit.
Oh yeah. Oh Matt would
I don't
make.
think you knew me with when I was doing that. Was before.
What are you talking about with the Jeet Kune Do? That was after we were after your Jeet Kune Do days, but we also did all types of different martial art. I forgot what it was. I think we were making up martial arts.
Oh,
We would make up martial arts and where we would limit ourselves. We would limit ourselves in how we could fight. We would fight our opponents. So Matt,
man.
like one time, I think he was Matt made up a martial art where it was dishonorable if you used your hands.
No, you're talking about that was Anthony that made one where you can't bend your legs or your arms, and if the other opponent does, you have to be like, you have no honor.
That's right. Anthony had like this popsicle stick. Everything was you couldn't bend anything. And if somebody didn't hold themselves to the same standards, then you just scream at them that they have no honor. And but there was other ones there too. You have to roll. I don't. It's just all so stupid. Here is a.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Oh yeah, we had.
Oh, dude, you should see what I did at work to everybody, bro. I completely changed the place's humor. Oh my God, don't show that.
No.
Oh, no, it's all right. Show it. Whatever. I'm getting better looking.
What are you talking
like
about?
I said, I used to do cocaine.
This is Matt. You were.
I look like a fucking psychopath, fucking hillbilly.
That was great. You were having a great time. You didn't seem coked up. You were just having a good time. You were just having fun.
Because I did a lot. So.
Well, listen. Remember, this
you
was at
look
the.
like you belong in the Manson crew.
Dude, he looks like he belongs in like in
I
Leonard
don't want to
Skinner.
cut my hair or my beard. I was like,
I like
I'm an
the
animal
hair.
trapper. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta cut my hair or beard for?
I like the hair.
Dude,
At one point, my boss was like, you gotta come. Like, I'm going to people's houses to get raccoons and bats and shit. Like, you
What do they
care what my
care?
fucking shit looks like?
Dude, I would actually want you to show up. If
Yeah.
I called
I
him
would
animal
figure
trap-
that.
I
I'm
want
like, people
confidence.
want me to look like a woodsman or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when we wrote all of those skits about the animal trapper who shows up and gets himself into like some like problems and like whatever, and he goes into convulsions in front of people. I only can ever envision you showing up like that because I think it's funny where somebody shows up grizzled, they've got the beard, they got the hair, because all of that really conveys, especially in that line of work, that this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I trust this guy over the guy with the crew cut. So the fact that you would show up at a client's house, a scenario where you would show up at the client's house and be, I remember you told us the story, and I said, Matt, I hope you really didn't tell them that.
Which one?
When you were saying when
I fucking bludgeoned the raccoon in front of the people?
No.
Wait, what?
Listen, hold on. Well, we can leave that away. I'm talking about when you were talking to a potential client,
Yeah.
and they were asking you about some methods that you had to use and whether or not it was dangerous or whatever. And Matt, he was going to say, I'm totally adept at this work. But he said, I'm totally inept.
I didn't. Did I say do it? Yeah, well, I did before you told me. I'm like, oh shit.
Don't worry, I'm totally inept.
I said, Matt, no, you didn't really tell her that.
No, yeah, I said, like the guy, yeah. I was like, yeah, he's inept. He knows what he's doing.
He's inept. Oh, that's right. He's your sidekick for the day that you were training. He's totally inept. He knows what he's doing. That's wonderful. He's inept.
I always fuck words up.
Yeah. No. The bludgeoning of the raccoon is something else.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that. Because Matt's dealt with a lot of rabid animals.
Well, yeah.
And some of them don't die when you gas them. Isn't that what happened?
I don't think he was rabid. I think he was just like dehydrated. But I was like new at the job, and
you just look a little dehydrated.
I didn't have I just got thrown to it. So this is like maybe a year or two doing it. So it's a long time ago. And I got this call and I went and there was this raccoon. It was all like fucked up or whatever. Was it acting aggressive? I don't really remember if it was or not. It may have been. Yeah, you know what? I think it was it was just like walking, falling over or whatever. That's like a sign of rabies. So like I was brand new. I noosed it or whatever. And I was like, actually, no, I didn't noose it. It was just laying there. I turn around and I'm like, you might not want to watch this. No. I didn't know what. So I got the catch pole.
Wait a second. Wait.
Are there protocols you're supposed to follow?
Yes. Yes. This was before I was licensed. I was working under the company. But yeah, this was like 20 years ago.
God.
So this was 20 years ago. I didn't I taught myself. I got my license. But that one, so I did that. And I'm like, all right. I thought he was dead.
Imagine, if you will. Once again, you're the client. And the guy says, you might not want to watch this. And you turn around and you hear struggling and growling.
Like I had no choice. It was either do that and get paid a living or stock shelves. So I had no choice.
Man.
So whatever. So that one, I put it in a garbage bag and I tie it on top of the truck and I'm talking to the people. I'm writing them for the receipt or whatever. And I turn around and the bag is moving. I was like, all right, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
It's like Goodfellas.
Job not done yet.
And then I went and we had the gas chamber. So
and I didn't think. Can I also just say before people think that the people think that Matt is a lunatic? I have seen this guy
rescue mad animals.
I've seen him. First of all, Pyretta. Yeah. He rescued Pyretta. We gave her a wonderful life.
I rescue mad baby wildlife, not just domestic animals. I did wildlife.
As far as we'll just talk about raccoons for a second. He had an entire litter of baby raccoons that he was going to bring to a wildlife center. But in the meantime, he was nursing them and spent a lot of time trying to save the life of this really, really weak runt.
Oh, remember that one? Yeah.
It was really sad. We were taking turns feeding, bottles and just trying to,
we're doing this?
I was there. I can listen. Baby raccoon,
I was watching from 40 yards away.
No. Baby raccoons are really cute.
Yeah,
I don't want to be near a possum. And he would always show up with a possum by the tail and all that stuff. But I've seen him work like hell to save all types of animals. Dude, and give them better lives.
I would, if I trapped the baby raccoons or whatever before the mom, like I would feed the baby raccoons or whatever. Sometimes I would use them to catch the mom. Wow. But yeah, I got real good at it, man.
I bet.
They're loyal. All right, so listen, we have to do something. I have I want to play this. I want to play this clip that I think that you both would find interesting, but especially you, Jay. It's the clip that was going around a couple of days ago, and I saved it for tonight, of Dr. Andrew Huberman. He was on that podcast that Bill Maher does, and talking specifically about LED bulbs. So I definitely want to talk about that in a moment, but I also just really want to say a quick thank you to tonight's wonderful sponsor, Keto Brains. Tomorrow morning when I take my first sip of coffee, I always wait for you guys. It'll be loaded with Keto Brains on a Friday morning at 10:30. But that is because it is rocket fuel for the brain. It makes it so, as I would say, the caffeine works with you instead of against you. No jitters, no crash. There's no sugar. There's no dairy in it. You get the clean MCTs for those ketones, the lion's mane, the alpha GPC for the sharp focus and the memory, the L-theanine, which is in a couple of wonderful products that I use throughout the day now too. That's for the calm, the dialed in. But you know what? A creamy scoop, and I'm pumped. That's all it needs. That's all I need. And then I'm pumped to read all the terrible news that's going to ruin my day. And I'm a fine focus to read all the terrible news that it's going to ruin my day. But
my buzz.
But remember, guys, also, you have less than a week now to use the promo code MARCH for 15% off, but also to get, not only will you re-up on a great supplement, but you'll also enter to win $600 plus worth of prizes. And I'm going to also include it in on this, a Quite Frankly 20th anniversary shirt, and who knows, maybe a little bit of silver too. But we're gonna get to your super chats in a second. All right, well, thank you, Keto Brains. The link is in the description below. Molly, it just does so much for this audience, and if you want to try it, get in touch with me. But I promise you, it's gonna do you good. Yeah. All right, you ready for this, Jay?
Sure.
And Matt, listen to this. This is about LED lights. First of all, I heard that incandescents are coming back.
Well, I think, isn't that one of RFK's things? Or maybe the Trump administration? I can't remember which one.
Lauren told me incandescent light is coming back. Let me see. Hold on. Is back. 2025 executive actions. Traditional incandescent light bulbs are making comeback.
Okay.
Reversing previous phase outs to restore consumer choice. I believe that was a George Bush. That was a George W. Bush executive order.
Yeah.
No, wasn't that Obama?
No, I'm pretty sure George Bush did the.
There's no difference
Sure
between
it
the
was
two.
Obama.
George Bush incandescent light. Let me see here. President George Bush signed the Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007, which set the stage for phasing out traditional, inefficient 40 to 100 watt incandescent light bulbs.
He's always looking out for us. Patriot Act, always trying to make things better.
It was a bipartisan law.
Of course.
But it says only 40 to 60. What about the other ones? Isn't there like 80 and...
No, 40 to 100.
Oh.
40, 60, 100.
The ones mostly people use in their homes.
I know. There's nothing like a 40 watt. 40 watts, oh man, you can create such good ambiance with 40. I'm going to get rid of all of the LED in my house.
Yeah.
Especially after you listen to this. Take a listen to this. He's on with Bill Maher. 2 minutes long, but it's pretty great.
Yeah.
This is wild. So the long wavelength light, red light, infrared light, etc., that's the heat from the sun that you feel. It's part of that heat that you said. That long wavelength light is not the light that burns your skin. It's not the wavelength of light. And it was present in incandescent bulbs. So incandescents are, even if you see a white incandescent bulb, it's got short wavelengths, so it's got blue, it's got green, it's got yellows, all the way out to red, and in some cases even infrared. That infrared and red, we'll just call it long wavelengths. Believe it or not, beautiful data on this from Glenn Jeffrey's lab, University College London. It can go into and through your body, and it actually helps, this is a loose term as I'm using it, charge your mitochondria. The mitochondria, there's water in that area, and the water absorbs the red light. If you've ever gone swimming, you've gone down, snorkeling or something below a certain depth, you lose the reds, okay? Because the reds get absorbed. So your mitochondria function better. You increase ATP production. Your metabolism increases in the presence of red lit, long wavelength light to the skin. This study has been done. Shine long wavelength light on somebody, watch blood glucose levels in a blood glucose test, and it's blunted. Now, the LED lights that are commonly used now, or most everywhere, they are truncated so that it's all short wavelength and medium wavelength light. And that short wavelength light, in the absence of long wavelength light, has been shown to damage the mitochondria. There's a kind of a niche group online, different from the butthole sunners, so that are very bullish about this idea that the switch from incandescents to LEDs, and not just screens, but general lighting, is causing disruptions in mitochondrial function. This used to be considered crazy. This was like chemtrail crazy, right? But now we're starting to see from animal studies and human studies from Glenn Jeffrey and others that people's vision gets better when they get in front of an incandescent bulb once a day. If they get sunlight, which also has long wavelength light, your vision improves because of improvements in mitochondria. You can, again, better blood glucose regulation. This study just came out, eating near a window or working near a window improves blood glucose regulation. So, you know, I'm not paranoid. I have LEDs in my home, right? But if you can get outside and get some long wavelength light from the sun without getting a burn, that's the trick. This is
Okay.
He's doing that annoying thing. I'm not a conspiracy theorist that we
Right.
were talking about last Saturday. Like, I hate when people do that, but he's a little bit of a normie.
I wouldn't go. It's not like
scientist.
one of those crazy chemtrail things.
Right,
The
like,
skies
God,
are fine.
How many friggin' conspiracies have to become true before you people start to realize we're surrounded by them? But I mean, look, not to go into the super deep weeds on this, but this is at 100% true. When you told me you were playing this, I pulled up my talk from KetoCon in 2023, and I have a whole section on the light and mitochondria. And we have, in the electron transport chain, we have a protein complex called complex 4, cytochrome C oxidase. It is a photoacceptor. It takes light in. So the same way we produce energy through food, you know, the mechanical and the chemical breakdown of food into its individual parts, and that creates all the micronutrients we need to run the system of the human body, light does the same thing. So in a sense, light is just as much nourishment to the human body as food is. And that's really weird for people to think, but that's the mitochondria.
You know what's crazy? And I it's just something that I realize works for me, and so I go out there and do it from time to time, but when I hear this, I actually feel like, oh, so now I know some of the science behind why this works for me. But if I go outside, like today, when I finally got outside, me, Aurora, we're going outside, and I had to go to the studio, do some stuff here, and then we went back home, and we had just enough time to play outside for about an hour or so until we have to sit down for dinner and get on with our night. And I just was dragging ass. Okay, by the time like 2:30 rolled around, I was kind of dragging ass, but I knew I had to go outside and get some good movement in and all that other stuff. I just at least wanted to hang and all that and whatever. But you know, when I got out there, I said, you know, I'm just gonna plop right there on the grass, and I'm just going to let this sun hit the face. And
so you were grounding and you're recharging your mitochondria with light,
dude. Anytime that I feel like I got a flat tire, but I have to get some movement in, but I don't have the inspiration yet, the first thing I do is just find some sunny area, and I give myself maybe 5 to 10 minutes of just that, as well as, you know, make sure that I checked all the hydration boxes, that I drink a liter of water, have some salt, whatever. But if I haven't like kickstarted yet, the sun has been like a switch flip for me for a while. At least gets me started, you know. Right. The engine gets started, and once you get a couple of reps in, all of a sudden you're pumped.
Oh, I mean, anytime I have the opportunity to work out outside, I feel stronger. I can lift heavier weights. I have more endurance. There's no doubt about it. So I try to work out anytime I can, bare feet on the grass with weights. That is one of my favorite ways to work out, and it is serious. You want to increase your testosterone, you want to increase energy, that's the way to do it.
You got to come by work out, man.
Yeah.
Especially on the weekends or something like that. Just 45 minutes. Gas out so you don't go saucing up.
But this is the whole thing about our society. We've just become, I always say, we've become indoor cats because everything we do is indoors. And so you are missing so much of what, I mean, sleep regulation. The biggest reason that people are able to, you know, they struggle falling asleep, or, you know, one of the best things I tell people to do all the time, you got to get outside in the morning. You got to get morning light. If it's afternoon, you've already missed it. You want to really see the spectrum of light across the sky because your body knows exactly where it is on the earth at that time based on the light. You can't perceive these things. You don't know these things intellectually, but your body absolutely knows. And like, this is what we're talking about. Literally on the mitochondrial level, your body understands that light, and it will upregulate melatonin production at night. So the morning light you get will upregulate melatonin production at night, which will make you sleepier, which will help you fall asleep easier, sleep better. I mean, it is just like, it's so simplistic, and we never knew how it worked. Like he said, we just thought it was kind of pseudoscience until we realized, it's actually science.
Yeah.
We just have the technology to be able to measure it and understand it better now. So this is why we do what we do at HRP, is to get people in tune as much as we can in a modern world with an ancient lifestyle, because you will be healthier because of it.
I don't know if you guys can do this, and maybe it's just a lot more common than I'm thinking right now, but I think that everybody has the capability of really just zoning in when you're watching a television show or if you're watching a movie, and you just know by the light what time of day it was when they shot it.
And
the
year, what time of year it was. Sometimes.
What time of year it was.
Yeah.
I definitely pick that up so easily when we are sitting around as a family making fun of Hallmark films on Sunday nights. Also, there's another thing there too. Like, so much. I know there's so many cities that they try to say that, okay, well, the backdrop for this one particular Hallmark film is Chicago, or it's New York City or something like that. And I always know just by the sunlight that it's not New York. It's not New York. It definitely was filmed in Canada or something like that. There's just something about, you just know the sun from where you're from.
I'm telling you.
And you know the sun at different times of the day. It has a personality to it that's what I just think about when when you say that, being outside. Like, what do you think you'd be able to pick up on that?
Yeah, I think so. I could tell what state sometimes by looking at the sun.
You'd be able to find Shia LaBeouf's flag very easily.
Whoa.
That's it. Hey, everybody, please like, share, and comment.
I've heard.
The flag?
Yeah.
He will not divide us?
Yeah.
First he had the camera on the wheel, then he put the fucking flag up.
You figured it out?
No,
we didn't. But we were there like everybody else, observing how it was incredible. We knew that there was another flag up. The first flag was taken, but it was a second flag. It was put into a remote field somewhere in the middle of the country, and they had and Shia LaBeouf had a camera on it. All you saw was this white flag with the black lettering, "He will not divide us," and you had nothing behind it but the sky.
And people were able to figure out.
And just from the weather, the air traffic,
it's crazy.
The local fauna, they were able to figure out, triangulate about where it was to about, they knew that it was around a quarter of a mile of where they had thought it was, and then to actually pinpoint the flag. This is all going on 4chan, by the way.
Was he trying to get people to find it, or was he?
This was supposed to be like a piece of broadcast art that for as long as Donald Trump was president, this thing was going to be flying high. He's not going to divide us, and
he's all over the map.
So once they had pinpointed about where it was based on nothing but the weather and the air traffic and everything else, then they got local anons to go out there, drive around, and honk their horns until somebody can hear.
Oh my God.
So they can hear the horn of the car come through on the webcam feed.
That's incredible.
And once they started hearing the car horns get closer, then it was just a matter of time. It's over. And then like clockwork, at you just see the feed. It comes down, and then I think what they raised back up was a MAGA hat.
Something like that.
Hold on a second, wait.
Oh, he must have been pissed.
It was.
He's kind of unstable, so I don't think he probably took that well.
Well, now he said something good about Trump, right? Didn't he
He's all over the map, right?
He's just
all over the place.
He's having an issue.
Yeah, that's when you should keep your mouth shut if you don't know what
Wait, he will not divide us. The full series.
He will not divide us. Oh, so lame.
Wait, this is go. I just want
10 years ago now, right?
How long?
10 years.
Oh wow,
it's crazy.
So it was first term.
Yeah, I want to captured. I just want to see the flag come down.
I only heard about it after the fact. I must have missed it all when it was happening in real time.
Yeah, you probably. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. No. Damn it. Well, there's a lot here. Wait, is this the actual...
The hunt was moving much faster now. According to the aviation team, 2 more planes would soon be flying overhead.
Wow.
It's a 5-minute breakdown of how this happened.
The aviation team.
Dude, I mean, it's 8:25. You want to watch this?
Put it up? Yeah, I'd be curious.
Oh, good, dude. This is going to be such a
This
fun...
is the wisdom of crowds in action. That's cool.
No, this is history that people need to be reminded of constantly. Let me get... Capture the flag. He will not divide us. 5 minutes long.
Wow, I missed all this.
Here we go.
It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. Nanomachines inside their bodies enhance and regulate.
That was in New York.
Whoa.
There was a He Will Not Divide Us webcam on a wall outside of a museum or something like that. And it was just a bunch of kids that were getting together out there who are now probably all in their 40s are just like getting into fights with Shia LaBeouf. Okay, fist fights in the rain and all that stuff. And then the museum said, "You got to get out of here. This is horrible."
Frank interviewed one of the
I do
the
remember
kids.
that.
Frank interviewed.
I interviewed what's his name, the Chinese kid, Uncle
Millennial Matt.
Oh, Mustachio.
Who's kind of interesting for a while.
Yeah, but then he got himself into a lot of trouble. I remember Baked Alaska back then.
Oh, I saw him actually, Mustachio. When I went back to DC, remember he disappeared.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw him. He was in a suit. He was like, "Oh, I work for the government now." He's probably fucking around. But
oh wow,
it was who the hell, Uncle, the Chinese kid. He was Uncle somebody. Then of course
Uncle Yan.
Maybe.
Then there's
Uncle
Vito.
Brittany Venti.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was that whole time. Damn, things have changed. All right, let's keep going.
On the battlefields of New York and New Mexico, Shia headed to a new hidden location. No more chanting or interaction. This latest exhibit would just be a flag waving arrogantly in front of a camera. There were no landmarks, no scenery, no clues at all to its whereabouts. It would be impossible to find, and nothing could stop the broadcast. Checkmate. And this would allow Shia to act smug for the next 4 to 8 years. That is, unless Pol's agents could find a way to track it down. Challenge accepted. It was to be the greatest game of Capture the Flag ever. Pol began organizing. They set about gathering all the information they could on the local environment, trying to match up cloud, wind patterns, and ambient noise. Because it was a live stream, they could match the time of sunset to quickly discern that the flag was somewhere in the Eastern time zone. That's 2/3 of the country ruled out in one move. Others began looking into intel about Shia's whereabouts, as it was highly likely that he was present for the raising of the flag itself. As time went on, distinct noises could be heard in the background, the croaking of frogs, suggesting water nearby. Then, the second big break. In the distance, just faintly, 2 jet streams. Pol quickly opened a live feed of all of the air traffic across the eastern seaboard, but identifying these 2 lines, amongst all of this, would be a challenge.
A challenge.
Meanwhile, social media trackers found this post. At a small town diner in Tennessee, this waitress couldn't help but brag about her run-in with Shia. It was another big break. TMZ also reported that Shia had been seen fly fishing in the area. The search was closing in on Greenville, Tennessee. The hunt was moving much faster now. According to the aviation team, 2 more planes would soon be flying overhead. If they could be spotted on the live stream, Pol would have confirmation. Bingo. To further narrow down the search area, the aviation team started charting all of the flight paths of spotted planes. But they still needed more information, and as day turned to night, they got it. Pol's astronomy division used the constellations to narrow down the angle and rough position of the camera. With this, the flight paths, and some advanced trigonometry, the candidate area had been reduced way down. Further confirmation from weather satellites backed up the claim as an agent was dispatched to the scene. As he drew close, he started honking the horn, while viewers of the live stream gave feedback as it got louder. A few minutes later, target sighted.
Oh.
But he couldn't just head in during broad daylight and risk Shia's wrath. Instead, he had to wait for the cloak of night. In the meanwhile, Paul got to work devising an infiltration strategy. A few hours later, the flag came down, and a MAGA
That's
hat
the real feed.
and shirt went up.
And it went up.
It was a beautiful moment, and it all took place on the live stream. Pol's Central Intelligence Agency had clocked Windu Season 3 in 38 hours and 14 minutes.
They found it in less than 2 days.
38 hours?
Yeah, and we give trillions to the Pentagon.
I mean,
all you got to do is just motivate the autists on 4chan, which is why the chans have been so completely decimated by slide threads and Fed posting and all that stuff, because this was like the beating heart of the internet. Hold on.
Poor Shia was divided for a third time. Could he ever recover? Could this be the end?
I guess it is.
Wow.
No, then he hid it inside of that log cabin inside the museum, remember?
Oh, well, at that point, it's just it doesn't even matter.
Wow,
it doesn't even matter. You've been punked in such an incredible way.
I mean that, yeah.
You
What
think
a
that?
flex.
No, didn't he put it in England after that? Right, it was New York, then like Phoenix.
Well, that's treason.
Then England.
Putting it in another country, man, that doesn't even make any sense.
That's treason.
Ugh,
giving it to England.
What would Optimus Prime say?
I don't know. It's just nuts. All right.
Wait, you didn't realize what happened earlier. He admitted that he was a cat.
What do you mean?
He's like, well, we've all become indoor cats. I haven't.
Oh.
Well, I haven't either. My population has, though.
Let me see. Matt Cat. Let me see.
Matt Cat?
Matt Cat. Okay, well, anyway. Well, here.
Well, everybody knows Timothy Alvarino's a cat.
He definitely is. He has a cat ring and everything.
Right. Yo, listen, I don't know. I don't know if Tim...
A lion ring.
You know who's coming back on the show soon?
Who?
Sometime, I think it's right, maybe April 7th, right after Easter. Nephilim Death Squad is coming back on the show.
Oh, cool.
Haven't been on the show in months.
Yeah.
Maybe this is probably the first time in 2026.
We co-hosted the VIP night.
Right.
With one of the guys.
Well, I have to talk to them about something. And it's Timothy Alvarino. They have waged a war against Timothy Alvarino.
Oh.
And since this war has been waged, I have a sneaking suspicion that Timothy Alvarino somehow blames me.
What?
Because he I don't know. He hasn't like, he'll respond to me like about, whatever, but I have sent quite a few booking requests to, for several stories that were breaking that I thought he'd be an interesting conversation to have it with. And I don't know. Like, listen, they've gotten pretty aggressive with him.
Really? I have no clue. What's happening?
We're going to have to I'm going to have to talk to him about all that stuff.
All right.
Well, because he comes from a standpoint of, he believes, he posits that there are physical, biological alien beings in the mix in the universe.
Yes. Yes, I know that.
As well as celestial beings, angels, demons, and everything that we get from the Bible.
Okay.
And I think Top and Raven, they are strict angels and demons, and they believe that there are no biologicals. And jeez Louise.
Wow.
And anyway, they've gotten into like fights with each other. Well, the fights have really happened in the comment sections afterwards, but they invited him on.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Have they actually had a conversation with him?
Yeah, they apparently had him on, and I saw the billing for this. Like, Timothy Alvarino's going on with Nephilim Death Squad, and I thought that they were just like being a little bit kind of playfully mocking in the way that they were just trying to hype this up and create a little bit of tension with the audiences and stuff. But like
not so much.
Raven had on like the Indiana Jones hat,
Oh,
and
boy.
then like, and I think that they were just like, because I haven't watched the whole thing, but I think that they were a little bit more. They were prodding him like the whole time, and it was a little bit more antagonistic than anything.
Okay.
And since then, it's just been like a water balloon fight on the internet. And I'm like, oh shit! And at first, I thought that they were just using some kind of like, I don't know, teasing, hazing comedy to promote a big appearance.
Of course.
But Timothy Alberino doesn't like them.
Well, why would Timothy blame you for it?
I don't, because they've been on maybe because we've just been on we've done so much work together. And
I feel
also
like Timothy's been on your show more than they have.
I don't know this yet, but if anybody on the Nephilim Death Squad show made any kind of cat person reference, that's all I was thinking.
Does
like,
Timothy
did anybody?
the joke?
Oh yeah, Timothy. No, he knows that Matt's the one. We were the starters of that. The rest of the internet is taken aback by Timothy Alberino's depth of knowledge, and he's on all these big shows now and stuff. this chat room.
You can't read the chat.
These chat rooms are the only ones in the internet where Timothy Alberino shows up and everybody's talking about, he's a cat. It's like it's a very
oh no, so that's what it is. If the cat meme crossed the boundary, then he would know where it came from.
That's what I'm talking about.
I see.
I see. Maybe he was suspicious if there was any kind of cat meme.
But you guys have a great relationship. I would be surprised if he held that against you, but I don't know. I suppose it's possible.
I'm in a rock and a hard place with I have a lot of people that I consider friends who don't like other guests and people I consider friends.
I would totally and that's a tough position.
I've been in between a rock and a hard place with stuff like that too, where I don't want to see people fighting with each other, but if I'm not directly involved in any of this shit, or if there's not something like crimes against humanity related,
right?
Then you guys just got to have it out, and I'm not going to stop inviting people on the show.
No.
So, but I got to figure it out because Timothy's usually like within 36 hours, let's work out a date. I've been sporadically trying for months.
Is he out of the country or anything? Or?
No, he probably just thinks that I am somehow in cahoots with Nephilim Death Squad.
That's too bad.
That's my theory.
Well, I am not a cat. I just want Matt to know that. We are indoor cats, though.
I'm not a cat either.
No cats in this room.
Reno Mac in the chat room says Timothy doesn't realize we call him Catman out of love.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like big brother kind of, little brother kind of stuff.
I know. Can you imagine? Oh,
You're
wow.
a cat.
Listen, these are the this is the storyline.
I suppose, I understand when people get very heated about their position, especially on something like as serious, to some people, obviously, as religion. And if there's that big of a divide, and when you first were explaining it, I thought, I could see them kind of just playing a little game and it's all for clicks and all that kind of stuff. But, if they're going a little harder on that, and then then you're talking about something that's religious, then I can. Well,
I can't wait to talk to them about that because Timothy's a Christian. That's
what I mean.
And not only that,
we're
but
talking like splitting hairs.
When it comes to Enoch and Nephilim and all these other things, I have to imagine that they actually have a lot of common ground.
But Timothy also believes, because you've talked about this, which I always found fascinating, and I don't know what I think about this, but that heaven has locality.
Yeah.
Which is always even just hearing you guys have that conversation, I was like, I never even considered that.
Well, I never ever considered that the war in heaven was ever a kinetic war.
A kinetic war, right. Yeah, all those things are very interesting. And they're not, so if I'm understanding this correctly, they are not of that mind.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to ask them.
Yeah, that would be a good.
They're coming on right after Easter, and I gotta ask them about that.
Yeah, that's
and just put it all on the table because it's that might be the last time I ever spoke to Timothy Alberino.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Hopefully not.
No, hopefully not too.
Yeah,
because listen, I'm allowed to have friends that people don't
you
like.
You are, for the love of God.
I don't know.
Take it down a notch, people.
Speaking of, we're talking about stories and television and the sun and all that. You know what I realize? did you ever hear about what was the idea, the concept for Forrest Gump 2?
What?
No. I did hear that there was going to be a Forrest Gump 2. I can't remember why it didn't happen.
Now or before?
No,
they were
before,
gonna
I
make
think.
But it was before all the plans of exploring the idea for a Forrest Gump 2 was officially let go when 9/11 happened. That's what but I had read this somewhere recently. It was in like one of those did you know movie carousels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading through it. I'm like, what the hell? And I had to go look for it myself. I saw Yahoo articles, everything that this is true. It's okay. So I got a little something over here. Listen to this. These are some of the points that were, because the whole thing about Forrest Gump is he's just finds himself in the middle of every consequential moment in human history.
Mm-hmm.
Just into it and out of it, and just kind of not. A scrapped Forrest Gump sequel written by Eric Roth turned in on September 10th, 2001.
Whoa.
Was canceled after the 9/11 attacks made its berserk tone feel irrelevant. It would have followed Forrest into the 1990s with his son. His son, they open up the story. You think about how Forrest Gump, the first one, leaves off, and you're just like, wow, okay, it's a good film. I love Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Even with the Mandela effects.
But dude, you know how it ends off. He has that moment with Jenny. Now he's with Forrest Jr. Forrest Jr. has AIDS, and
What?
Forrest Jr. dies of AIDS.
This was in the proposed. Whoa.
There is
That's
a
dark.
Forrest.
She passed it on to him.
She passed it on to him.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, you could have done this different. You could have done it differently, where she could have gotten it afterwards. A habit she couldn't kick. He was already, but then she got clean, and she realized it was too late. But they passed AIDS on to Forrest Gump Jr., and they are like, he's buried right next to Jenny.
Whoa.
Wait. All right, I was trying to think. So wouldn't that mean that Forrest had AIDS, but no?
No. So Forrest Jr., he would be taking care of his son, who dies because he had contracted AIDS. There was a point where he was going to be in the inside of O.J. Simpson's white Bronco. During the infamous slow speed chase.
Yeah.
He was going to be
94, I think. Yeah.
Wow. There was going to be a moment where he danced with Princess Diana.
Okay.
And then Forrest would have been involved in or present at the bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah building in Oklahoma City.
Okay, but the first Forrest Gump was like, he was at all these historical events, and they were these are all like tragedies. They're only doing tragedies. Like,
I know.
That wasn't the way the first one was. It was a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's in war, but he was also in a.
It's just something like where he's, as a matter of consequence, he just wherever he was. But he was an active part in a lot of those other things.
So he was going to find John Doe number 2?
Right. Well, I don't know.
Maybe he was John Doe number 2.
There's more that he would have. There was a Native American reservation angle to this, where he would have met a Native American woman on a bus and later found a calling as a bingo caller on a reservation. So he was going to do bingo. And then historical interactions would have, it was going to be similar to the first film. It would have continued to influence or be a present at major 1990s cultural events. And I just got to say, I'm so happy that this shit didn't happen.
So why did they scrapped it because of 9/11?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, so you know the whole thing about Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. That had like, I think that's the year the movie came out, and there was a whole bunch of movies that had to change their stuff for 9/11. There was webbing in between the Twin Towers in the advertisements for the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
I remember that.
Yeah, so they had to get rid of all that.
They had this. He was Spider-Man was swinging between the two towers.
Yeah,
I remember that poster being up at New Rock City in New Rochelle.
Oh, so I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
Oh, I saw it. And they swapped it out.
Yeah,
because it was still in theaters for a little while.
I get that. I don't know if it was actually in the movie. It probably was, because it delayed the movie a little bit. But I don't understand the Forrest Gump thing. It's not like they didn't reference 9/11 because it hadn't. Oh no, it was pitched on the 10th.
On the 10th.
Yeah,
so this is what they said. This is from BuzzFeed. In an interview with Yahoo Entertainment, Eric Roth, who wrote the screenplay for the Academy Award-winning film based on the 1986 Winston Groom novel, said he turned in a draft for the sequel on September 10th, 2001.
It's wild.
But on the day of the 9/11 attacks, Roth said that he met up with Tom Hanks, who starred in the title role, and Robert Zemeckis, the film's director, to, quote, commiserate about how life was in America and how tragic it was. And then we looked at each other and said, this movie has no meaning anymore in that sense, especially the next day. You know, look, like what are we talking about when this is like this is the tragedy trump card at the time.
I guess I can see that, yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah, I would not, yeah. Sounds like a depressing movie.
That's awful. Jeez, Louise.
I mean, you would have hoped that there would have been other parts that weren't revealed there that would have been the uplifting parts, but man.
It's a movie that, thank God, never was made.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Dad.
Dad. You gotta go, Dad.
Anthony. What? Dad, 8:45, Dad.
Keep going.
Matt. Why did I call you Dad? You said you have to leave at 8:45. You have to go?
Yeah, go in a few minutes.
Well, it's over at 9.
It's like that Back to the Future scene, you know? Remember when Marty McFly...
Daddy-o.
Daddy-o.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's... yeah, hold on. You know what? Matt sent me this, and I thought this... Matt sent me this, and I gotta play it. So it's his father. He's just hazing his son. You know, he's got to learn how to be a man. So this made Matt laugh. It made me laugh.
What age you want? Ha ha, loser! Stupid baby. What a fucking loser.
Oh my God.
Oh, there I am in the comments. Why don't you cry about it, baby? Oh, I love that. I gotta start. I gotta use that. Stupid baby. We're just gonna sit there.
Mom definitely was not home when that was being filmed.
Matt, is there a new season of I Think You Should Leave?
I don't think so.
So what season was this in with the horse?
Horse, I don't know. I need to see the...
Here, take a look at this. This popped up the other day, and I said, what the hell was this? Because I didn't recognize it, and then I saw it was, I Think You Should Leave. Here.
Ah, what a perfect day.
Sweetie,
Yeah, honey?
the horse you're on has a huge penis.
I'd like to get off now. I'm not having any fun.
Then we wasted our money.
Sound familiar? It's a beautiful fall day and you're riding with a loved one when all of a sudden you're made to feel less of a man. You can't compete with these horse hogs.
Now you don't need to. Here at Fenton Stables and Horse Ranch, we guarantee our horses have a smaller penis than a human man.
Fenton Stables and Horse Ranch, where the horses are hung like you.
Is that?
I never saw that.
So I think you should leave with Tim Robinson, season 1, episode 6.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all. Where the horses are hung like you.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway, I just thought
that was good.
Yeah, it was. I have some more stuff on the flip side that I think you guys are going to like. But let me get these comments in. Mama Boots says, I want in to win and see Matt more often. Mama Boots. Matt, she wants to see you more often on the show. Hold on, you have to say it into the microphone.
See what I could do.
See what I can do. Gribble Sillin. Oh, wait, Running on Empty says that 4chan capture was amazing. Yeah, well, that retelling was amazing. A really tight 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Gribble Sillin says, for 10 years, this show has been essential listening for me. Keep rocking, dude. Now gimme the loot. Gribble. Running on Empty says, Grizzly Matt. I trust a grizzly man with varmints. See? I agree. Stowstube, Giuseppe G and Matt in the house tonight. Can someone say bonus? Even good evening, gentlemen, and thank you, Frank, for another wonderful show. Stowstube, I really hope that you and the family have June 5th and 6th. Ooh. Save the date. You got to come out.
Yeah.
We got to have you guys out here. Let's see here. Shotzi, one more chance to win. Good evening, gentlemen. It's good to have Shotzi out there as well.
I want to buy and bring a smoker. I want to do brisket at that event, Frank. We're going to have to think about this.
All right. Our own?
There. Yeah.
Okay. Jay Brits, thank you. Good evening, gentlemen. Lindsay Thompson says, happy Thursday. Get me in that drawing, please. Oh, you are in. You are absolutely in. And then the last one over there is Gino. Gino says, ask Matt why he screwed up the national anthem at the Mets game today, please. Love you, John Carlo, Matt, and the family Francis.
You were saying at the Mets game?
They brought somebody in, I don't know, somebody from Hamilton or whatever, and I think they screwed up the national anthem. It wasn't like a complete catastrophe. They played through it, improvised, got themselves back on track, and then ended. I think they messed up the lyrics. It wasn't like a complete like technical breakdown, which those are my favorite.
Yeah.
When somebody cracks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know who I was watching the other day? Matt, do you remember? You have to remember this. I told Aurora about it because she, I got to bring her to Yankee Stadium. But I was telling her about Yankee Stadium experiences of old. And she was saying how she was they were learning God Bless America, how to sing that in her class. Huh. And I told her, I said, you want to hear a fantastic vocalist sing God Bless America that Daddy's heard sing this so many times in Yankee Stadium? She goes, sure. So I brought up an old piece of footage from 2009 that I can find out there on YouTube of Dr. Ronan Tynan, an Irish tenor. And he used to be he used to have a residency at Yankee Stadium. He would sing the long version, while the storm clouds gathered. That one.
Yeah.
And he did the whole thing, and it was so awesome. And I've heard him sing that for playoff games and in high stakes situations. Seventh inning, it's starting to rain outside. You're just feeling patriotic, and it sounds awesome. And then, of course, he said something anti-Semitic, and he was asked never to come back. And now we have to listen to Robert Merrill.
Oh God, something anti-Semitic about the state of Israel.
Yeah, no. He was. This is the best part. Apparently, Ronan Tynan, he lives in a townhouse, something like that in New York City at the time. Maybe he's still there. He's in Manhattan, and someone was being shown a open apartment next to his. And I don't know. It's like something like, hey, these might be your new, something along the lines of this might be your new neighbors or something like that. And he ended up saying some kind of a comment like, well, as long as they're not Jewish. And that was it.
Waka waka.
and he went out and he said, listen, I am not anti-Semitic. I get Jewish members of my band.
Dude, we just can't have a sense of humor about anything
and
anymore.
I'm telling you, Yankee Stadium has not felt the same. They haven't won since 2009. They haven't won since 2009.
Well, screw you, Yankees.
I'll tell you that much.
That's what happens.
Well,
That's what happens.
Watch it.
Sorry.
You're saying it for different reasons.
I am.
Fucking Beantown bastard over there. Anyway, so that's just...
you get what you deserve.
You get what you deserve. You kicked him out.
Oh, trust me. Are you kidding? Boston, the Red Sox would do the exact same thing if there was some way to be...
well, the Yankees have tampons in their men's bathrooms.
I heard about this. Is this happening for real?
I heard Craig Carton put it out there. Other than that, I had not heard anything otherwise. What I had read was that there was going to be tampons in Yankee Stadium women's bathrooms.
Oh, that.
Whatever. But listen, I'll report back.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm going to go to at least one game just because I want to bring Aurora to a night game on a beautiful night. I'm hoping I can get everybody together to go together. I'll definitely have to take a bathroom break. If I see a tampon there.
Oh, boy.
Listen, if this was New York, real New York, or the last of real New York from the 1990s, those tampons would be on the field every night.
Oh, yeah.
Every night.
Mercilessly until they remove them.
And they'd be waiting for a bad call from an umpire.
Uh-huh.
Whatever the hell it was.
Uh-huh. And they'd be dipped in the ketchup on the hot dog.
Just
I'm telling you.
to give us some weight.
Absolutely. You got to know where that thing's going.
If this was real New York.
Yeah.
No, that don't make no sense right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Awakened Boomer says, hi, Frank, Matt, and Jane. Put me in for that silver. Thank you so much, Grady. It's good to have you out there. And JASNH is now a monthly supporter on Rumble. Hey, listen, go. You can go on to the local. I do have a local set up, so if you do want to support through Rumble, you can. The way that I give you guys universal perks is that I have one post on Rumble, on locals, that is pinned to the top, that always has the most up-to-date members-only blog password. That's where you get all of the Sunday stream links and all the members-only video and pictures and fun stuff and all that. That's how you guys can become more involved sponsors. So if that's where you hang out, just know through locals, don't expect updates. I update other places elsewhere. I can't do updates on 10,000 places at once. So I just funnel you guys into the members only section. So I pinned the comment and there you have it. All right. Real quick, we're just about done because now we're over on Pilled. Let's see here. Tommy Jekyll. Let's see what everybody says. Tommy Jekyll says, Corey says, Guy talk panel time. You damn right. This was a great night tonight. It really was. Corey J, Amethyst Cat. Hello, fellows. So much hotness in one show. Let's go. AC getting frisky tonight. JR at the lake. Happy Thursday, JR. Good to have you. Clinton Walter. I'm gay, disabled, retarded. Love you, Frank, Matt, J. Clinton Walter. How are you? Let's see here. Safety Net says, Matt, Frank, and Jabberwocky. Much love. Safety Net. Clinton Walter again says, let's just get to 10,000 gold pills already. Damn. Well, thank you, Clinton. That's wonderful of you to get everybody all jacked up like that. Clinton, a couple more. Good. AC
He's
says,
not a cat.
What's that?
I'm doing a laser next to him to see if he would start going like that, and he's not doing it.
He's not doing it?
He's not a cat.
Okay. See? Frank, are you not?
I was doing.
Frank, are you not broadcasting on Badlands tonight? Nobody sent me. Brad Getz left Badlands a couple of weeks ago. He was the one that used to send me the stream keys and whatever. And I got one last week in email, but I did not get one this week, so I didn't have time to ask about it. That's just so I should be on there next week, I think, but we'll see. Awake Not Woke. Thank you. Awake Not Woke. NX17. Thank you, NX. And JR at the lake. Crickles. Sharks terrify me since Jaws. Yeah, I know.
Especially the ones on cocaine.
I know. Stephen and Laurie says, we both got hit horrible knee pain during COVID. Diagnosed with arthritis, steroid shots, had to get rid of the stick shift.
See?
Hasn't been a problem since.
Knees.
Steroids heal the knees, they say. Stephen and Laurie. AC says, great whites are misunderstood victims of secondhand drugs. You're right. Sean Joe. Brew Bark says, if we were to provide nuclear power for anyone, why would it be via a thorium molten salt reactor? I don't know what that means.
Thinking the same thing.
I don't know what that means.
That thorium.
That's probably the key to all of the theories that we were talking about before, but I just don't understand it. Actually, on April 1st, on April Fool's Day, I'm going to have Matt from Cultivate. Did he look at it?
No.
Matt from Cultivate Elevate. What happened?
What are the odds of that? Son of a bitch has a laser too.
But did he react to it?
No.
Did he do one of these?
No. A little.
Andrea says, great show, guys. I need that walk-in Liberty. Well, you're in there, Andrea. Thank you so much. Vesper, walking, standing, give me liberty or give me death. Vesper's in there. AC's in again. Corey as well. One more chance to win. JR at the lake. Let's see here. Sentinel, twice. Cheers to you, Frank, Matt, and Jay. I believe Trump's goal is to kill every political football in our politics and make everything about business. Look at what has been nuked. Abortions, immigration, climate change, and supporting the police. What is being worked on? Jihad, elections, healthcare, money, and food. Lots of things have to be positive about. We can be worried if we lose the midterms.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's why my concern is generally that I don't have an opinion on the war necessarily hard and fast because I don't have all the information. I worry about the political ramifications and specifically because of the last 2 years after the midterms if they go south.
Yeah.
And from what Rich is saying, it's a guarantee they're going to go south. And that's why I'm just like, look, I don't do what he does, but he's been damn accurate for a long time. And so that's why I'm worried.
I hope he's wrong.
I hope he's wrong too. And he hopes he's wrong, I think.
Yeah.
But
well, we got time. Let's see what's happening here. Let me see. Dewdrop. Zoso wants that silver. Dewdrop again. And Tommy Jekyll, of course, I was late for possibly the best show in Quite Frankly history. Don't worry. You'll be able to watch it again. And it is a banger, no doubt. Okay, I think that all of the contestants are in. That is it. So who is going to win? The golden ticket for Keto Brains, this beautiful Walking Liberty 1 ounce of pure silver, and 3 gold backs from quitefrankly.gold. Remember, just get a little something. I know you got your retirement, but have something physical, something that you can keep in a shoebox or something. A reinforced one that you can pick up and leave with that doesn't anchor you down. That's too much. But get something and get it at quitefrankly.gold. Use promo code Frankly, and you're going to get free silver. Here it is, the first one and the only one. We only have one winner tonight. The name is Clinton Walter.
Hey.
Good for you, Clinton.
Way to go, Clinton.
Clint. All right. I like that.
Clint Walter. So, Clint, get in touch with me. And remember, everybody else, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. for our Friday morning stream. It's one of my favorite streams during the week. It is so laid back. I'm already just jonesing for the coffee. And go hang out with our good friend Molly on ketobrains.com. Read all the blogs, get convinced. And if you want some samples, get in touch with me through email and I'll send them out to you. Use promo code March there too. Matt, this is wonderful. You stayed for the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
He knew that.
We love you, Matt. We love you. And I'll maybe I'll play a golden oldie on the other side. All right, guys, stick around. Jay, before we leave, tell everybody how to reach you at healthreclamationproject.com.
Yeah, go to healthreclamationproject.com and sign up. Become a member. Hang out with us. And if you want to follow me on social media, you should go to Substack, perpetualhealth.substack.com, because you guys, this audience has helped put me into the top 100 of rising in the health and wellness field. So pretty awesome.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So go there, sign up. It's free. And just read what I put out.
And not only that, before the show started tonight, Jay was he was in the green room over there doing one of his lives for the Health Reclamation Project members. And it was right in the green room.
Yeah.
He cut that off at 6:55, came in here. You should do more of those.
We're actually trying to, right now we committed to once a week, but I think for the membership, we want to give as much value as possible. So we want to start hopping on more than once a week. And for some reason, I couldn't read the chat during the live. So I told them I'm going to do a free, another weekend stream with them just because I couldn't read the questions they were asking.
Line some more of them up with nights that you're here so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and kind of make it like part of a bigger nightly event.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. We're not done yet. If you want to stick around, which I hope you do, hit the link that I put in the chat room. It's going to be a link right to the flip side, which are always great and usually extended when Jay is here. And if you don't know where the link is, then just quickly head over to quitefrankly.tv and press play, because that is where Pilled is embedded. So thank you all so much. Have a great night. Take care.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes. All right, everybody. The link is in the chat room. Go and check it out. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Do not drink your coffee without me, damn it. Don't drink it without me. I have the self-control, and I wait until 10:30, and I take that first sip with you because it feels right. All right? Okay. Let's get some nipple twisting done on the after hours. Click that link. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Goodbye.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.
Will you shut up?
Meow.